Welcome to the first episode of 2026 on the second Sightcast. I'm one of your hosts, Kiara, and I'm joined as always by.
Hello, I'm here as well, and I'm Sharon. Yep, I am the co-host.
Yes, we are co-hosting.
Yes.
So, Sharon, yes, I know our new year started a while back, but did you do anything over the new year? Did you have any special drinks? Did you do anything special over solstice? What's the crack? Tell us how it went.
Well, solstice for me it's always special, but I love the Yule solstice. It's one of my favorites. Yes, I actually had a present um given to me, which was and is a wax burner. So I had
Oh.
I had mulled wine, not just by drinking it, but by smelling it all over the house. It's beautiful. So,
Woo!
yes, I had mulled wine for the Yule solstice because we did a toast in our celebration, and it gives me an excuse to have some alcohol. So, yeah, I had mulled wine. And I also had some Baileys as well. For
Mm,
anybody that doesn't know what Baileys is, it's a liqueur, and it's made with whiskey and cream, and it's a beautiful, beautiful drink, but it's not very strong. Yeah,
no.
so that's basically what I had over the solstice and the New Year period as well, even though the New Year started in November. But yes,
Yes. Do you want to tell us a bit about your history with Bailey's and how it's a very special drink for you?
yes, my history with Bailey's was basically it started off when I worked with my friend Night Hunter, his astral name, but his physical name is Patrick. And we used to have a glass of Bailey's every Christmas Eve, although we don't celebrate Christmas. It was just always a tradition. So for me, it's always very special around that time of the year. And I always try to have a glass of Bailey's if I can.
Yeah. Of course, knowing you and being your friend, I knew about the Baileys, the history behind the Baileys, but I think it's something really special that although Night Hunter is no longer here with us physically, we're still honoring his memory and we're still honoring him as a person with that little glass of Bailey's on Christmas Eve or on, you know, a special winter night because we don't
I
really.
don't need an excuse for a glass of Bailey's, but definitely that was a good
Yes,
one to honor him. Yes,
yes,
definitely.
exactly.
Yes.
So, Sharon, because it is 2026, I thought an interesting way to start today's podcast would be to have both of us
Hmm.
draw oracle or tarot cards for one another. So maybe
Okay.
I'll
Yep.
draw a card for you, see what comes up, and then you can do one for me.
I will certainly. Yes. No
So
problem.
this serves two purposes. One is because we can kind of see what's coming up, any messages that might be coming forward for us. And two, gives our listeners kind of an idea of our reading style, which we will that's important for a slightly later topic in the podcast.
Yes.
So I just wanted to plant the seeds early, you know what I mean? Our grove theme, we gotta plant the seeds.
Absolutely. Yes. So do you want to draw first?
I will draw for you first, yes.
Okay.
I am using my Earth Moon Tarot deck that I custom brailled myself. By custom brailled, I mean I stuck the cards in the braille writer and wrote on them. But custom braille sounds much nicer.
I love the word custom braille. It's great. Yes.
Custom braille.
Custom braille, yep. And for anybody that doesn't know what braille is, it is the way that we as visually impaired people read. It's kind of like a code where which is all to do with like six dots, isn't it?
Yep, yep.
And it works for us.
Yes, it does. It does. So as you can probably hear, I'm shuffling the cards. It's not very loud, so
No,
uh,
I can't hear it actually, Kira. So
okay.
listeners probably won't hear it. But
Okay,
anyway, it's okay.
that's all right. Well, what you can know is I'm shuffling the cards and I'm holding in my mind just asking for any messages for Sharon for the next Let's say 3 weeks. Let's do 3 weeks.
Okay.
That feels like a good time frame to me.
It'll be really interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I always love doing readings for you, Sharon.
Thank you.
It's always fun to see what comes through.
Yes.
Okay. Just oop, nope, we're getting a card. Okay. Here we go. I might have to sneeze. So if I sneeze, I will cut it out of the final recording.
Doesn't matter. It's okay. It's natural.
That's very interesting. You've got the Hanged Man.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, very
Things being
interesting.
delayed. Things being
Delayed.
delayed. Okay. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Interesting. All right.
To look out for, something to look out for. But the Hanged Man, yes, it's about delays, but for me, it's about like purposeful delays. Like
Yes.
if you get the Hanged Man in a reading, it means that it's trying to give you a guidance or spirit. It's trying to give you an advice or
Can you
guidance.
give me a clarifier for that, please?
Yes, I'm definitely
Just to
gonna
find out where the delays are going to be. Like what
what the
areas?
context is.
Is it
Yeah,
work?
yeah,
Is it
yeah,
is
yeah.
it what sort of areas is it? Please?
Yes, yes, I will.
That would be very interesting.
Yes. Okay, let's have a clarifier for this card, please. So clarifiers are cards that kind of come out around um a card that you pull during a reading. So I'm gonna pull two clarifiers for Sharon today.
Okay.
Here we go. Your first clarifier is temperance.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That goes with the Hanged Man. Okay. So this
Yep.
is, I think, more about like patience than it is about, things completely stalling. Um,
Yes.
because temperance is a very powerful card, and it's just there to remind us that, things are building up and will build up, which kind
Yes.
of goes into what we're, talking about later on in our episode.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you so much. It makes perfect sense to me, actually. And it's not just about our topic.
No, it's not.
I know there's something that I want to explain because, I'm waiting for some finances coming through. It's something that I'm owed from the government, and it's like something I've been waiting for since August. And I was asking, okay, I know I'm getting it, but it hasn't come in yet. So that's probably a sign that it's going to be a bit longer. So
Yeah.
that's a very interesting. And, I just wanted to explain why that's so amazing that that's come up because I was thinking about it today.
Yeah, that's fantastic. After your explanation, I don't really think I need to pull any more cards. The Hanged Man and Temperance. So, your financial situation, yes, it's being delayed, but Temperance tells us that your patience will definitely pay off.
Well, that is amazing. Thank you so much because I don't have patience normally. So that is brilliant because as I say, it's one of these things where I'm like, come on, will you ever, if we owe money to them, they're very quick at wanting it back. But when it's coming in, it does not happen.
Yes, yes, exactly.
So thank you very much for your reading. Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
And now I'm going to put an oracle card, and this is from the Celtic elementals, like I think it's called. It's either elementals or energy, one or the other.
I think it's the
Um,
Celtic Elementals one.
I think it might be the elementals one. Anyway, so the one that I'm shuffling the cards now. I know you can't hear, but I am shuffling it.
I actually can hear a little bit.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Just a little bit. I wonder if
So
it'll come out in the recording.
I don't know. Anyway, so the one that's come up is Gwyneth, and Gwyneth is actually about the mother, and it's about nurturing, and it's about being in the present and looking after yourself.
Yeah.
So that is saying it's very clear. There is no clarification needed. It's basically saying take care of yourself, accept, don't be taking care of others all the time. Think about yourself as well. And that is what it is saying. So I don't need to put a clarifier. It's very obvious. And I think that I hope you understand it.
Oh, I definitely understand it, and, that's definitely the kick in the butt that, I need from spirit to be like, "Hey, calm down."
Correct. Absolutely. Yes. Because I
So
think I think sometimes everybody in
yeah,
this type of work. We look after everybody else, but don't always think about looking after ourselves.
I was
And
just about to say that. Yeah, you're right.
I think everybody could take a message from that card actually. So
Mhm.
anybody that is struggling at the minute, it's like where they think that the cup's running dry, they need to stop and refill it. Look after yourself. That's the most important thing. So I'm extending that message not just for you, Kira, but for the listeners as well, because I think a lot of people can actually understand that one.
I was gonna say that sounds like something that's not just for me, but just generally the energy that I've been experiencing with a lot of people recently is, yeah, we're after the holidays, we've put everybody before ourselves. We've, cooked and cleaned, and I'm talking men and women. It's not
Yes.
just women who do the cooking and
Yes.
cleaning anymore, it's men too.
Correct. Yep.
We, during this time, and it also ties into nature. This is a period of rest, of nurturing.
It is. Yes.
You might find yourself more tired than usual. We've just been through the rebirth of the sun, which takes a lot of energy. And now it's time for us to kind of rest and recover our energy for what's to come in spring.
That is correct. And so I think this is a message that needs to go out in general. So, yep, think about Gwyneth, think about nurturing yourselves, people, because it's really important, especially over the winter period.
Yes, thank you, Gwyneth, for that message. Much appreciated. Right. Well, Sharon,
Yes.
I feel like I'm driving a bus and like you are like my passenger.
Oh, that sounds a good idea, but I wouldn't want you driving a bus because I wouldn't know where we'd end up.
I don't know where we would end up either.
Could we have Nova Drive, please?
Yes, let's have Nova Drive. Yes.
You're,
For those of you who don't know, Nova is my
yeah,
guide dog. So yeah.
yeah,
We'll have Nova and Buddy drive the bus.
yes. So,
Buddy is Sharon's dog, so yeah.
yes, not my guide dog, just my pet dog.
Just your
Yes.
your pet dog, just your beautiful Jack Russell.
Yes, that's right. Just a little bit of insight into what we do, our personal
Yes.
situations.
Yes. That's for the after show. One of the things I wanted to touch on today is something near and dear to my heart, which is crystals. It's always a good time to talk about crystals. Especially as we're getting into the new year, I think a lot of people are, got their New Year's resolutions. Maybe one of the New Year's resolutions is to be more mindful or to explore spirituality. And I think a really good way for people to kind of start bridging the gap and coming into this spiritual space is through crystals. Whether you believe in the healing properties or not, it doesn't really matter. What matters is your connection to your crystals. That is where the magic lies. So, Sharon and I are going to be talking about crystals today. And also we're going to be talking about tarot cards and how, you pick tarot cards, what to look for, cleansing, that kind of stuff. Stuff to get you started on your journey in 2026 on the spiritual path. Maybe you've always wanted to get tarot cards but don't know where to start. Maybe you've always wanted to get crystals but don't know where to start. Maybe you're a seasoned practitioner looking for more tips and tricks about how you can cleanse things that come into your space. Um, Sharon and I we do use tools, but most of the time we just use our intention and our psychic energy, which is kind of a different way of doing things than a lot of other people, but it works just as well. And it is very convenient when you are out and about, maybe looking at crystals, and you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, I really like this, but I don't necessarily like the way it feels." It's okay because you can work on cleansing that object. So, Sharon, any thoughts?
Yeah, crystals, no matter how you wear them, whether you wear them as a necklace, a ring, a bracelet, or maybe you carry them on your person or in a purse or a handbag or whatever. It doesn't matter because crystals are crystals. They have their own unique individual properties. But the important thing is that before they come into your possession, they've probably been handled by a lot of people. Some of them could be putting them into packs, into boxes to post to you. You know, so the people who would have got the crystals from the earth in the first place. So a lot of people would be handling them. And it's really important to make sure that your crystals, first of all, are cleansed. And secondly, are bonded. But first, picking the crystal. That's the
Yes.
important thing. So, how do you know which crystal is right for you? There is a saying in the crystal world, which is that the crystal chooses the person. Um,
Ooh, I like that.
what it is basically is that when you are either attracted to either the feel, and I say the feel meaning the energy or the color or the properties of a crystal, it means that the crystal's actually saying, okay, I want to be with you. I want to help you. I really want to, I want you to choose me because I'm here to do what is needed in your spiritual energy. So when you think you're picking a crystal, you're not, it's actually picking you. And so once you've done that and you've got your crystal, you can do one of two things. You can either cleanse it there and then, and I'm going to explain the steps because it's very, very quick, easy, and it works.
And it's
Or
safe.
you can, and it's safe. Yep. Or you can take it home and you can do other ways of cleansing, which we'll talk about in a second. The first step is in the store or wherever you've got it. If you got it in the post, sit down and do some grinding, which is where you put your feet as if imagine that your feet have got roots and they're being pushing it into the earth, and ask for cleansing and good intentions for your crystal.
Yes.
Hold the crystal between the palms of your hands if you can. If it's a bigger crystal like a tower, then you can actually, if you have to stand up, you can stand up as long as you grind before you start. So hold the crystal either in the palm of your hands or put the palm of your hands over the crystal if it's bigger, if you can't hold it, and just feel, sense, imagine, whatever. I say imagine because imagination does actually work in this case. I know they say imagination doesn't exist, but it actually does work. So just feel sense a white light coming from your hands into the crystal. And just say in whatever way you want to say it, I ask that the crystal is bonded with me. I ask that the crystal is cleansed and has this good used for good intention. And I ask that when I use the crystal, it'll be used to help
Yes.
me and others if you use it for other people. The other thing is that it's important for you to feel as if that white light is coming forward, and you will feel the difference because the crystal will start to heat up.
Yes.
Whether you're touching it or not, you'll feel it. So that's cleansing the crystal in the store or whatever, or as soon as you get it, rather than using any tools. Would you like to explain the tools part?
Sure, I'm happy to explain the tools part. Right. If you get a crystal home, and like Sharon said, a lot of people have handled it, might have some residual energies, just you want it to be your crystal. Also, one thing that I think of when I'm cleansing objects or when I'm kind of bonding either crystals or cards is I think of it as like a welcoming party. A lot of people kind of sometimes get hung up on the idea of cleansing as in getting rid of something, and in a way, yes, you are getting rid of any other outside energies that might be attached to that particular crystal. Maybe it's stress or anxiety from being handled in the shop or whoever, actually excavated the crystal. So, yes, you are sweeping things away, but you're also welcoming the crystal into your energy. You're sharing energy with the crystal. So I think of it as like a welcoming party, like you would welcome a friend. Sharon explained how to do that with the white light. How you can do that with tools is you can use white sage. White sage is a great tool to cleanse crystals. So if you have white sage incense, you can take your crystal, put it on like a nice little, plate or crystal tray or whatever you have, and just kind of work with the white sage and kind of smudge around the crystal so that you're having and asking the fire, and you're actually asking the spirit of the sage to actually help you in cleansing the crystal, taking any negative energies away, welcoming in positive energy, and also bonding, welcoming the crystal to your energy field. And you will find that sage is a great way to do that. Also, Palo Santo is really good. Any sort of incense. You have any other incense you recommend for cleansing, Sharon?
Well, rosemary, if you can get incense of rosemary.
Sure.
Sometimes it's
Uh,
more difficult to get, but you can get it.
uh-huh.
Do not use water unless you've checked if the crystal is water soluble, because some crystals, like obsidian, for example, is you can't use water with it
Uh-uh.
because it will start to dissolve it. Some people use salt.
Yes.
Actually, they sprinkle the salt, but again, be careful with the crystal. Check on on a reliable website if the crystal can handle salt or not, because some of them can't. So
Yes.
I think the safest thing is just to use your white sage or whatever method you normally use. We're speaking here more for people who maybe are just starting out with crystals.
Another good way to cleanse crystals is cleansing them under the moonlight. So
Yes.
if you have a window in your property or you have access to being outside, you can put your crystals under the full moon. Um, and Sharon, is it just the full moon, or I feel like it could be any kind of waxing moon, like the moon getting bigger, or is that?
Any kind of waxing moon. The full moon is the best one, but any kind of waxing moon will work.
Okay, okay, that's what I thought. So you could put the crystal out under the moonlight, under a waxing phase, or under the full moon, which is the most powerful, and the moon's energy will actually come down and cleanse the crystals. And you'll find the next day when you go out and you collect them from their spot, they will feel very different to you. Maybe we can talk about briefly, like, how do we know when something's been cleansed completely?
Yes. So the other thing I want to point out is as well, you don't have to be able to see the moon, even if it's clouds over it. It doesn't matter because it will still work. Make sure if you are cleansing the crystals in the moon that you explain the same intent that I said earlier. You know, you want to cleanse the crystals, you want to cleanse the energy, you want to ask the moon to help because the crystals will be used for you or somebody else and also with good intentions. Um, what was your question again?
Uh, my question was, oh dear, I have a goldfish brain. I forgot already. Hold on. It'll
Okay, it
come.
was okay, so let me think. It was something to do with something to do with cleansing.
How do you know when it's
Oh,
cleansed?
how do you know what it's
No, I'm the one who should be apologizing because I'm like, I have a goldfish
okay?
brain. I don't remember.
How do you know it's cleansed? Well, it's going to feel much. It's not lighter in weight. It's lighter in energy.
Yes.
Quite often when you get crystals, you know when you. Sometimes it can be also. Sometimes looks can tell you as well because it looks different. Um,
Huh?
Now, that's not always the case, but I think you need to rely more on your intuition and what your gut tells you. Because
Yes.
remember, always, always go with what your gut says or what your heart tells you,
Yes.
because that's how it's so natural and so easy. So many people have all these complicated things, and half the time you don't need
Yeah.
them. Go
Yeah.
with
You
what
could
your gut tells you.
dance on one foot and,
Yeah,
like run around and with all this stuff when
mhm,
really the real magic is inside all of us. It's our intention.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically it's hard to say exactly what everyone's going to experience because everyone's going to experience something different. But for me, it's always been about how it just feels lighter. It
Yes.
feels fresher.
Yes.
It feels
Yes.
replenished. You just know.
It's kinda like the feeling if anyone out there in our listener area, it's kinda like the feeling of, meditation, like, after it's almost like the crystal has meditated.
Yes,
You can feel that the energy is calm, almost like a still glass of water. When Sharon and I teach the courses on cleansing and all that kinda stuff, those are the kinda things we tell people to look for when they're learning how to cleanse things.
yes, that's correct.
What about cards, Sharon?
Tarot cards, oracle cards. My God, there's thousands of decks out there. Oh my goodness. Yeah. How do you pick? Um, how do you pick a tarot deck for you or the oracle deck for you? It would take me a whole podcast to go into every single detail, but briefly, you need to think before you buy the cards, what are they for? Are they for helping you yourself? Are they for yourself? Just for your own guidance, or are you intending to use them for other people? If you're intending to read for other people, it's best not to get things like, cartoon cards and stuff like that because people often think they don't that you're not taking the reading seriously. So I would suggest you don't go out and buy these like novelty decks and stuff if you're reading for other people. So apart from that, what else are you going to be using the cards daily for guidance? Are you going to be using the cards to help you to grow spiritually? In other words, like, for example, are you going to use them to help you to become more empowered in your life?
Maybe as excuse me, the oracle ones especially, maybe as journaling prompts?
Yes, as journaling prompts is right. Yes, so there's all different reasons. But yeah, I'm speaking about mostly the oracle when I'm talking about empowerment and growth and all that, because the tarot cards are slightly different. For the oracle cards, a lot of those points should be taken into consideration. Tarot cards are it's like a storybook. Um, I really can't do this in a couple of sentences, but it would. I mean, it took us what a whole evening to explain all this. So putting it into a couple of sentences is difficult. But the only thing I can say is go with your gut because
Yes,
it's not a get out clause. It's how it is. Go with what you feel. If you
yes,
feel that that tarot deck is calling, it's the same as the crystals. Then
exactly.
go for it. Again, if you're reading for other people, don't get one of those novelty decks because they can think you're not taking it seriously, even though you are. So for yourself, just go with what you feel.
Yes,
The thing is, if it's not right for you when you get it, you can always return it.
exactly. So, that makes perfect sense to me. Also with the novelty decks, they could sometimes be a bit more difficult to learn, if you are
Yes.
starting out, especially if you're trying to use maybe some way to memorize the decks, the meanings of the cards. Sharon and I don't necessarily teach that way, but I know a lot of people learn that way. So if you're looking to get a deck and you're a first time tarot card, reader or maybe enthusiast, definitely stick to the more right. If I can speak words, I will tell you it is called the Rider Waite deck. I will put a link to it in our show notes along with the links to our my tarot deck and then Sharon's oracle cards from today if you're interested. Again, these aren't sponsored, but we just wanted to let you know what we're using.
Yes, we don't actually sponsor any products, or they don't sponsor us.
No.
So, we're not actually endorsing anything. We're just saying what we're using. Yes.
Yeah.
I use the Rider Waite deck,
Yes.
and I have my cards actually brailled.
No, no, no,
That's how
not
I
brailled, custom brailled.
yeah. That's how I read the cards. It's actually asked today by someone I was talking to, "How do you read the tarot cards?" I said, "Oh, they're in braille." I didn't think of that. That was this person's exact words. So, yeah.
Yep. And again, if you want to cleanse the cards, you can use the exact same steps that we outlined for the crystals, your white light, your tools, the
Yep.
moon. It's all about going with your gut. And that's such a good thing about the space of spirituality and magic is it really is kind of a self-exploration, it's an art, not a science. And
Correct. Yep.
it takes practice to get better. But, we're so happy to have you guys on the journey with us, and anyone out there listening to this podcast, just know that Sharon and we are so honored to have you with us on this journey, and we're really looking forward to connecting with you guys and continuing to grow this platform in 2026.
Absolutely. We've got a few things planned and a few things coming up.
Exactly. And to that end, Sharon and I have a couple of announcements about our Magical Grove website and how you can get in contact with us and some changes we've made to our Facebook page as well. So,
Okay. So, no, no, no. You go ahead with the announcements because you're better at
oh,
explaining things than I am. So go ahead.
oh
I
God.
don't like talking about myself. You know what I'm like? Even after all these years, I still don't like talking about myself.
Well, it's talking about that, but it's also talking about, like, what we're doing together, so I guess
Yes, I know, but it's still I'm still thinking, "Oh, no, I have to talk about what I'm doing." Yeah, right, okay. What we're doing, yes, okay.
right,
We'll get there.
we'll get there, yes.
But, you know, it's natural, that's the point. We're not we're not doing this to a professional route, you know? We're doing it naturally.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
fun.
Yeah, it's like nature. Exactly.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So, a couple of things that we have coming up for our Magical Grove um website and then Facebook page. Between the time you're hearing this podcast and January 13th, 2026, Sharon and myself are offering readings, tarot mediumship readings, energy readings, um, for half price. So usually to book a reading, it would be £30 or $40. But from between now and I almost
Like
said the 13th, thank you. You sure? You sure didn't want to do this one, Sharon?
It's okay, we'll get there.
We'll get there. Between today, when you're hearing this, and January 13th, all readings are £15 or $20.
We are talking telephone readings, by the way, just because
Oh, yes.
Kira decided to forget to mention the telephone.
Yes. Yes, I did, I did. Yes, they're telephone readings, with myself or Sharon. You can book us through our website, www.magicalgrove.com, or not com.
No,
Oh my god. See?
magicalgrove.uk.
This is why you should have done.
And that magic has a K in the
Yes,
middle.
yes, yes,
But this is all going to be in the show notes
yes.
anyway.
This will all be in the show notes.
Just as
Mm,
well.
just as well, yeah, 'cause I am, like, the equivalent of it's a good thing I'm not driving the car. We'll just put it that way.
Nova's driving.
Or the bus or whatever we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so feel free to hop over to our website. We also have our other podcast episodes on there, and we have our links to our social media, including our YouTube. I will be updating the YouTube more in 2026. I have things planned. I'm going to offer guided meditations, whether they be sleep meditations or like mindful meditations, calming meditations. So I will be offering that on our YouTube channel in the coming weeks. I'll also be offering Sharon and myself will be offering mostly me on the YouTube. Sharon's mostly going to do Facebook Live stuff while
Yep.
I'm at work.
That's
I'll
correct.
I'll let her
Yep.
talk in a second. Yeah, that's right. I said let you talk about it, lady.
Okay. Okay. All right. If I have to.
um, but
She's got a gun behind me back my back, you know, and she's
don't
forcing
say
me.
that. Don't say that.
Oh, so funny. You might have. Maybe a spiritual gun there.
Don't say that.
Considering you're in America and I'm in Belfast in Northern Ireland, I think it would have to be a long gun. The powers of the internet. Bang, 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 yeah?
Oh my god. Okay. No Sharons were harmed in the making of this podcast.
Sorry?
I said no Sharons were harmed in the making of this podcast.
No, no, I'm still here. We just have to have a we're just having a bit of banter.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'll be offering some pick a card readings also on YouTube for anyone who's interested in that. Sharon, do you want to talk about your Facebook Live stuff?
Yes, I'm going to be doing some more Facebook Live. I'll be doing talks on basically things that we've talked about today, tarot cards, crystals, cleansing in more detail. I should also point out that we also hold courses on Zoom every Sunday evening.
Yes.
They are free of charge and they will continue to be free of charge.
Yes.
If anybody's interested in more details about that, please communicate with us through our contact form on the website.
Yes.
But yeah, the Facebook Live stuff is just going to be I'll probably be doing some meditations as well. I really haven't thought about what I'm gonna do yet because I just plan it on the day.
Yeah, yeah, Sharon's really good about that. She'll just be like, I'm gonna do this today." And I'd be like, "Ah," and she'd be like, "Yeah," and I'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's why we complement each other so well. I'm a little bit more of a planner, but Sharon is more like, "Yeah, sounds good." So I guess you could say Sharon is the fun one, and I'm like the stick in the mud.
Rubbish.
Well, according to you, I've got the world's longest gun.
Oh, yeah, it goes across the Atlantic.
Oh my god. We're gonna have to put, like, a disclaimer on this episode, like, "We don't have any firearms,
We have no firearms, I promise.
we're
No,
just
I do not have
messing."
fire No, I don't want the police coming to my door asking for
Me
firearms. I don't have
neither.
any. Yeah,
We're just 2 podcasters on the internet.
that's all. Yeah,
Oh,
don't
goodness.
worry.
Okay.
It'll all be fine. It'll all be fine.
Right. One more thing for Sharon, which is very interesting and also very exciting, is that Sharon has been, I don't know, what's the word? Will be. We'll just put it that way. Sharon will be featured in the upcoming Psychic News magazine in the confidential. Is it?
No, 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 no. I will be advertised in the Psychic News magazine for February, March, and April in the classified section because I'm actually going to be advertising the fact that I'm now back doing phone readings after all this time.
Yes.
So, yes, that's what's going to be happening. Yep. So,
Yes.
anybody who subscribes to the Psychic News magazine will see the advert.
Yes. Yes. If you have any questions, of course, you can always contact us through our contact form on Magical Grove. We're not really hard to get a hold of. You can also contact us through our Facebook page, our WhatsApp, pretty
Or
much
email.
our email also, yes. Through we ask that if you have any questions about readings, you send us them directly via email or a contact form and don't leave them in a comment, just so that way we can address you privately
Yes.
because we want to make sure we uphold confidentiality.
Oh, you sound so serious. Well, you have to be actually with that one. It's very important.
Yes, 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 yes. Let's see. Anything else, Sharon, or are we good to wrap up?
No, I think we're good to wrap up for this time. I think they've had enough.
I think they've
I
had enough
mean,
of us
they've
for
had
now.
enough of talking about guns and crystals and tarot.
Oh,
And of course, not forgetting the wonderful oracle cards. But
yes.
yeah, no. But no, I think that's about it for now.
Okay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Well, everybody, it's been lovely catching up. We will see you in our next episode. And so Sharon and I will just say bye
Bye.
for now.